Hi everyone, Mary Meat, and I just wanted to show you today what I am reading at the moment. Obviously I'm dipping in and out of reading. Sometimes I'll read loads, sometimes I read a little bit. It all depends on schedule. I know obviously we're all stuck in the house and stuff, but obviously I've still got stuff to do. I've got a lot of artwork to do. I've got stuff for work. So it's not that I'm sitting there with nothing to do all day. So sometimes I'll get loads of reading done. Sometimes I'm not in the mood to read. So that being said, I will show you what books I've got at the moment that I'm starting or have started, and which ones I'll be reading next. So the first one is this one, which is Inner Magic, A Guide to Modern Witchcraft. And I've got to just under halfway, roughly. And this has had information about the festivals and cycles of the moon, gods and goddesses. There's some information about spell work, a little bit of witch history, but not a lot. It doesn't go mega deep into the history side, which is what I'd probably prefer, is if it went more into the history side, because I'm more interested in the history side of things to it, as well as obviously finding out about practices and stuff. There are a few spells in there, but I haven't got that far yet, so I can't tell you what they're like. But I have found that the information on the different festivals I found very useful. I mean, the history's good that's in it, but it's just there's not loads of it. But saying that, I don't know whether there would be loads, you know what I mean? Because obviously it would be very secretive at the time if you were a witch. Because obviously all the persecution and stuff. But like, for example, this is in bulk, so it gives you an overview of the festival and then tells you about the goddess Bridget and associations with that. So yeah, I found that quite useful. I found it quite good. The other one I read before was The Wicca Handbook by Eileen Holland, which is like a really good starting point for Wicca. I'm more moving towards more away from Wicca and more towards paganism, so I'm trying to read stuff that's more witchcraft and paganism based. I have got some books on my Kindle. I think one's Scott Cunningham, I'm not sure, I can't remember off the top of my head. But I've got some pagan books more about specifically paganism, and then I've got some books about more witchcraft side of things. This one, yeah, I'm enjoying reading it. Seems quite good. And it's not a hard read either. It's not like a book where, you know, it's not too technical or anything like that. It's quite easy to read. It's not, each chapter's not massively long, so, you know, you can get through it. You don't feel like you're reading one chapter forever. And yeah, so I read that. I used to read of a night time, but I find I can't do that anymore because I just spark out and fall asleep really quick. So I tend to read when I've got a quiet moment during the day. So I want to finish this one off this week. Another one I got was this one, which I have shown before, and I've had a little flick through it, but obviously it's going to take me a while. This one seems to have a bit more information, and it's got different rituals, the Sabbats. It's actually got things about like birth, marriage and death things, and you know, practices around that. So it seems a bit more intense, I'd probably say. Like, there's a lot more to this. I mean, if you look, it's a lot bigger book, and it does seem to talk about a lot more stuff. I finished this first. I don't like trying to read 2 or 3 at once, although sometimes I do, but I'd like to finish one and then quickly read, like, you know, quickly get on to the next one. So I've got to finish that one. This will be my next one I'll be reading, but also dipping in and out in between reading this, because this one's going to take me a while. I've got this one on Not Magic to try. The first bit I've read, I've got up to, where did I get up to? I read, yeah, it was like the first chapter about witches' ladders. Yeah, so I've got up to here, which is page 31, and it tells you about different not magics, one's for love, one's for tells you like a brief sort of bit of information about like an introduction, so a little bit of history. So it mentions about in the Victorian times there was a room that was found in an old house, and in the attic space there was a chair and a witch's ladder, but no obvious access to the attic. So the theories at the time were that the witch's ladder was used for the witches to enter the space to use it, and there was also some brooms in there, some besoms in there. Some people at the time believed that that was how the witches got into the room, by using the magical witch's ladder. Others believed that the witch's ladder was there to make a neighbour's cow not produce milk. And this is one of those stories where it's like, obviously at the time people were quite into interpreting things in a magical way and saying, oh, it's for this, or oh, it's for curses and it's bad things. And so there's lots of different opinions about what it was for and why the witch's ladder was there in the first place. So there's a bit of information about that. Then it tells you about some things to do with visualization and colour correspondences and things, and spells, and yeah, there's different stuff in it. And from what I've read so far, I'm quite enjoying reading it. It's an easy read. It's got information in it. I wouldn't say it skims over the surface like a lot of the sort of modern witchy books, but I wouldn't say it was like mega in deep. But it's been quite interesting reading it so far, because I wanted to find out more about not magic. I'd heard about not magic, but not really sure exactly what it's for. And I know that there are different purposes for not magic, and you can make a witch's ladder to bring good fortune to your household or to bring healing to someone. You can also use them for protection, and basically you can pretty much use them for whichever purpose, as long as you use the correct sort of colour correspondences or the correct items within it. And normally it consists of 9 things knotted into the rope, and you have like a certain little verse that you say while creating the witch's ladder, so which I learnt from this book. So yeah, so I'm quite enjoying this one, and because this one's small, I'll probably get through it quite quick because it's smaller than that one. So I'm going to read that one. I will start that one, but I'll probably end up reading this one first, just because it'll be smaller and easier, and I'll get it done quicker. So that one, and then that one. That's my plan so far. But like I said, I'm going to finish this one first. Then apart from that, I've got some books on my Kindle. Where is my Kindle? I'm quite enjoying this one as well. Spell a Day Almanac. I've done some of the little spells out of it, not all of them. I mean, look, I haven't looked at this since March, so it's one of them where I dip in and out, definitely. I've found some things useful. Let's get to May. Yeah, it's got some nice things for Beltane and different charms and that sort of thing. I found some of it, I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to do that. And some of it I've been like, well, yep, I'll do that. This one's a spell for psychic dreaming for today. So yeah, it's just been interesting to read some other people's opinions and spells that they've come up with. But yeah, it's got 365 charms, meditations and enchantments. Again, I'm just reading this and taking from it what I want. So basically I'll go through. If there is things that I want to read, things that I want to do, I'll do it. If there's other things where I think, nah, doing that, I'll just leave it. So, oh, I need to charge my Kindle. Do I have a charger that fits my Kindle? That's the question. Because I am a devil for not. Nope. I've got chargers all over the shop. There we go. I got one. So. Well, I would show you what's on here. I'll have to charge it first. Right, I'll be back. Okay, so now my Kindle's charged. The other books I've got to read, that I want to read, are Paganism by River Higginbotham and Joyce Higginbotham. Higginbotham, I don't know how you pronounce it. And then there's Paganism Beginner's Guide by Sarah Owen. I'm reading those bit by bit. With the Paganism one, I keep forgetting it's not touchscreen. So I'll show you what the cover looks like. Come on. There it is. I knew there'd be a way of finding it. That's the one that I'm reading. Seems okay at the minute. It's a bit, I don't know. I wouldn't say that it's been my favourite book to read. Gotta get past it now. It's got about what's paganism? You are what you believe, a pagan view of deity. What about Satan? The living universe, magic, ethics and personal responsibility. By the way, it's not like a book about worshipping Satan. Satan is a Christian and like Judeo-Christian construct. So, you know, yeah, pagans don't worship the devil. There are devil worshippers, but not all pagans worship the devil, if you get what I mean. Most pagans don't recognise the devil as an entity that exists, put it that way. But yeah, it talks about neo-paganism, and yeah, it seems all right. I can't really review it much. I couldn't swear that I've read. I think, how much did I read? I think I read the first chapter, but that was a while ago, so I'm gonna have to reread it. So yeah, that is what I'm reading at the moment. Let's turn this off and leave it to charge. So yeah, those are the books. Excuse my hands, I've been painting while I've been waiting for my Kindle to charge. So yeah, that's what I've been reading at the moment. One second. So yeah, that's what I've been reading at the moment. Thought you might want to see. And what else am I doing at the moment? I'm trying to get things into my daily practice. I have let it slide a bit, but I'm still getting there. And like I'm still reading and studying and finding out a bit more about it. But obviously I've got to develop. I'm developing my practice and what I want to do. I've got protection charms and things around the house. I've got my crystals. I've got my tarot cards and my oracle cards that I read. So yeah, I'm just finding my own path really. So I thought you would want to see what I'm reading. I hope you found it useful. would I recommend you buy them? I recommend what you should do is read the reviews on them, make your own decisions, and see what you think and whether it's something you'd want to read. Obviously, everyone has their own opinions on what books are the best to read. I know Scott Cunningham books tend to be quite recommended. It's a bit old-fashioned because obviously he wrote a long time ago, and a lot of the more modern books, there's quite a few of them are written by people who aren't part of paganism or witchcraft and tend to just write a book and don't really always know what they're on about. So there is a lot of naff books to go through. So yeah, I think multiple sources is always key. So that's why I'm trying to read. I couldn't speak then. I was like, blah, blah. That's why I'm trying to read like a range of books, and I'll take from each book what I want. And then what I'll do is once I've read some more books and finished the ones I've got, because it's going to take me a while, what I'll do is I'll do a list of books that I actually think are worth reading. So far, the Eileen Holland one, the Wicca Handbook, is worth reading if you're looking to get into Wicca. I think that's a really good starting point. And I've enjoyed reading this one. So I recommend those two, which I've recommended before in another video. And then if you want something to try and sort of get your ideas going and get you into doing something for daily practice, maybe something like this is worth trying. Like I said, I mean, some stuff I've done, some stuff I just think nah, but it's quite, I've quite enjoyed reading it and finding out about different spells and different incantations and charms and different things you can do. And this one as well, when you get to like the beginning of the month, it tells you the origins of the name of May. Like for May, it says was originally named after the Greek fertility goddess Maya, M-A-I-A, and then the Catholic Church since then designated the month as sacred to the Virgin Mary, referring to her as the Queen of May. So obviously different faiths are going to have different ideas about the association with the name of the month of May. It talks about May's birth flower is Lily of the Valley, which is one of my favourites. I've actually got a bunch of that growing in the garden, and it flowered this month. And it also tells you about, look, it's a good time of the year for releasing anything that's been holding you back. And yeah, it just gives you a bit of information about the month at the start, and then gives you things you can do each day. So like for May so far, there's been a Beltane purifying spell, renewing your bond with the land, a panacea charm, cleanse and clear your mode of travel. They've called it Primp My Ride, but yeah. Makeup spell for emotional balance, pomegranate wishing spell, full moon scrying spell, shoot for the stars spell. I think it's just to help your goals, achieve your goals. Self-care bath. There's Oldie May Day. And this says that though dates vary from tradition to tradition, and an older date for Beltane celebration would fall on this day, which is the 11th of May, rather than our modern standard of April 30th, May 1st. So there's like gives you tips on like it's a good time to meditate, maybe do a little ritual. Spell for psychic dreaming. Yeah, so it's got a few different things for each month, so it's been quite interesting. And like I said, I've done some bits and other bits I haven't. Some bits I'm just enjoying reading it and finding out what other people's ideas of daily practice are. Sorry, I've got the yawns. So yeah, hope you've found this video useful. Blessed be, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.